The Wings of Dawn is a dragon survival game personally I've had my eyes on for quite some time now, and in case this is your first time hearing about it, The Wings of Dawn is a dragon survival game where you can either play as a dragon or a human, and the gameplay seems to be taking heavy inspiration from games like Ark Survival Evolved and creature survival games like The Isle, Path of Titans, and Day of Dragons. And as a few of those aren't particularly great examples, neither are they good role models, that is where I hope The Wings of Dawn can make great strides from and make huge improvements from its predecessors. Because we all know that Ark Survival Evolved and Ascended are both littered with bugs, issues, and Ark Survival Ascended especially is having this huge issue regarding pay to win, which I'll get to later, and creature survival games having balancing issues, toxic communities, and extremely questionable business tactics. And once again, personally, from what I have seen from the Wings of Dawn development team, I see extreme potential in this game. Not only is the project extremely ambitious, but it's combining multiple games from multiple genres into one huge survival game. Each playable dragon is going to have their own mechanics, features, designs. Every one of them is extremely unique. You can see some inspiration being taken from other creatures and other genres and media, but for the most part, these creatures are completely unique. They all have their own niche in an ecosystem. They all do different things, abilities, and the art is just really fucking cool. Before we continue today, I'm gonna be pretty clear and transparent. I did receive this copy of the game for free. The game is not public whatsoever yet. This is an extremely early build, and the only way you can access it is if you funded the Kickstarter, which ended a little while ago, or you subscribe to their Patreon. Regardless of the fact I got the game for free, I'm going to be pretty honest about what I think about this early access build, and I'm gonna tell you guys what I think. So please subscribe, I beg. I'm most likely gonna be covering this game pretty often here on out, so subscribe, you know, all that YouTube shit, and I appreciate it. But getting back to the game, I just want to say this game, being an early access build, looks incredible. The dragons look incredible, the environment and map looks great, the weather is fantastic. As of right now, there's already more than 20 different weather types, from heavy snow, light snow, rainstorms, cloudy, just a regular clear day, and more than a dozen more than that. It gives the game such a nice atmosphere. And speaking of atmosphere, the seasons are incredible. They have all 4 seasons. The seasons cover the entire map, and it'll affect different biomes differently, because there will be a temperature system in the future that will affect both humans and dragon playables. So that's something I'm looking forward to a lot. Aesthetic aside, I want to talk about the performance for a second. For context, I play on a 4K TV. My graphics card is the RTX 3060. I'm just gonna say right now, the performance is not the best, but like I said, this is an extremely early access build right now, so I'm not really too worried. The main reason for me having poor performance was because of my 4K TV, because I turned the resolution down to around 2K and it seemed to be working properly. I had to turn down some of the settings to like medium and high, and it's still a little finicky here and there. For the most part, it looks really nice. It runs solid, and I haven't really had problems since. But yeah, for a super early access build like this, that's not even public yet, I would say the performance is pretty solid. As for bugs and things go, I played for a couple hours, and I didn't really run into anything too game-breaking. I don't even think I ran into any bugs at all. Everything ran like it was supposed to, as far as I know. And also, please keep in mind that the sounds aren't really set up properly, and a lot of sounds are missing from the early access build, so if you don't hear something where you're supposed to, keep in mind they are working on that, and I believe that's going to be present in the next patch, because the developers specifically told us not to worry about the sounds and not to report it. Other than that though, the sound design for all 3 playables they have in the game right now sound really good. I think the only issue I have besides performance right now, some of the animations for a few of the creatures, more specifically some of their trotting animations. I think all of their walking animations look good. All of the flying animations look really good. You can actually feel like the weight of the creature every time they flap their wings. It looks phenomenal. But a few of the trotting animations I'm not really a big fan of. It just looks a little weird. I think that's the last thing you're gonna hear me complain about during this early access access build though, because other than that, everything is really promising so far. I'll link their Patreon and Discord in the description and the comments, but if you join their Discord, they are extremely transparent with their development plans, their business plans, what they plan on doing with pretty much everything. So if you have any questions regarding the game, you can either throw it in the comments and I'll try to answer, or you can go to their Discord and they'll probably be able to answer whatever you ask. And earlier I mentioned Ark having a pay-to-win problem, and by that I just mean they're locking in-game content behind a paywall. The Bob's Tall Tales DLC, if it was like an exclusive single-player thing where you bought and then had access to, like by yourself, I wouldn't be mad about it. But you buy these things and then you have access to them on like multiplayer official servers, which is kind of strange. Their only goal right now is to make money. They do not care about actually working on their game. I think they're just racking up the dough for Ark 2, the game which may or may not exist. Getting a little sidetracked though, back to the Wings of Dawn. They have promised 0 playables or in-game items will be locked behind a paywall. Any paid items will be cosmetic only, and by that I mean skins, maybe different armor vanities for your human character, things that don't affect the in-game ecosystem whatsoever, doesn't impact the gameplay, purely cosmetic. I think that should be the case for most games, unless it's like a free-to-play game, then maybe that's an exception. But if it's a game you're already spending like $20-$30 on at least, I think I'd be kind of concerned if there's already like in-game DLC before the game's even out yet, and it's like in early access and they have multiple playables locked behind a $5 and $10 paywall. It's kind of ridiculous. And like I said, if you want to keep up on the game, I'm probably gonna continue posting on this game from here on out, and feel free to join their Discord in the description and the comments. And keep in mind, I am not giving you guys financial suggestions. If you guys feel like you want to support the game, go to the Patreon and subscribe. If not, then just spreading the word is good enough. But yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you. Peace.